Hi Libras, and welcome to your January 2023 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about your month ahead of 2023. I hope you're all doing really well, and I'm excited to be reading for you about this lovely oncoming month. We have a lot to talk about. So yes, as usual, Libras, intuitive messages followed by a week-to-week tarot forecast and an extended reading on Patreon. So intuitively, for you, I feel that you, by the end of the month, are in a much better health, okay? I think that you need to give yourself as much time and as much room to cope and as much room to just think stuff out and ruminate and get stuff down on paper, shred some paper, get stuff down on the audio journal, whatever it is that you need to do to just get it all out of the mind and in front of you is really positive. So as you can see, if you're seeing your tarot cards, we have a very kind of like whoa energy at the beginning of the month, and then by the end of the month it's very like zen. So the process of going from that first point to that second point is the question for January. It's also this way for Scorpio and Sagittarius. And I mean, honestly, a lot of the signs. And why might that be? We have all planets direct coming in, no retrogrades on January 22nd, and that's going to last from then until April, which is an uncharacteristically long period of time for all planets direct, meaning that we have a lot of things to get fresh, updated, and changed, okay? A lot of things are up for an update. Up for an update, okay? If you're a more stability-oriented Libra, it might be a difficult month because there are some things that are not going to continue, at least not like past the next like half a year, okay? So like by the time we get to May, it's unlikely that a lot of this stuff is continuing in the same way that it had been for many years. I'm really talking about the long-term stuff. But it's also likely that you have a much higher degree of confidence, comfort, and well-being. It might be good to watch a Virgo's reading as well, especially if you have a lot of Virgo in your chart. Because I was talking about how they needed to just like, they needed to let themselves experience peace by not relying on others to create peace for them. I was talking about disempowerment, and I was talking about how like, if we're relying on other people to create peace for us or to act in ways that we consider to be peaceful, we will not know peace, okay? There's something helpful in that, I think, for you this month, like Virgos, where it's like you might have to kind of redefine what peace is in your life, or you might have to also just get away from people who are perpetuating a peaceless existence for you. It's either like get good with them or move on, rather than needing to change them. And that's coming up for Scorpio as well. Because this side of the zodiac, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio, can really get caught up in trying to change other people, heal other people, initiate transformations in the lives of others. And it's beautiful if you can do that, and that's a good thing. It's not always a good thing to try to change another person, because people will not change unless they're ready for it, or that change will be somewhat unnatural and therefore will like backfire. Okay, so it's easy for things to backfire in January for people who are trying to affect, meddle, or manipulate with another person. Also trying to communicate something very hard to another person. I don't like that for this time, because with all planets direct approaching, kind of like hurtling towards us by the end of January, the momentum will do its thing, and I wouldn't try to like change it. You know, it's kind of like putting up a dam and changing the direction of water through an infrastructural project. It works, but if that infrastructure isn't solid, it's a very dangerous thing, and like you can like flood out a whole town if it like breaks, you know, or you can also create all kinds of adverse things in order to change or manipulate that energy. So I would not be manipulating energy. I would try to free your resources up as much, your mental and physical resources, so that you can really create a better life for yourself. I'm loving the Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Lovers and Star card by the end of the month. You figure something out. There's a big aha moment here this month, especially when it comes to the need to change things, or the incessant need to like prove to yourself that I can put that dam down, or I can put down this like thing here and change this. And it becomes more of like a quest of proving things to oneself than it does really become about meaningful change. And I would really watch out for that. That's something that Scorpio is being very debilitated with right now. Even Sagittarius is struggling with it as well. This whole side of the zodiac is really trying to be like, how much can I prove to myself? And is it making collateral damage? I think that we need much more peace, okay? And the Tower card is coming up here. So you can see things like being too firmly gripped. And it's not very noble, right? It's not very trustful. It's just desperate sometimes to try so hard. So we have a different relationship with effort coming in Libras, and I feel this so strong. And I'm feeling like as I'm talking about this, I don't like it as I'm talking about it either, because there's something about it that has to be very distinguished for each Libra. Like, effort is never a bad thing. I hesitate to use the word never. Effort is generally a good thing. And I'm in no way saying that you need to stop trying in your life. That's not what I'm saying. Do not confuse it. But do look in areas in your life that have too much effort invested and the damage that that can cause. And try to understand or seek the most beautiful way that you can invest your effort. Because your effort is beautiful. Your effort is valuable. And I just don't want you guys... How can I explain? I don't want you guys... losing your time, okay? I don't want you guys doing other people's work for them. I don't want you guys getting weird relationship dynamics like that. It's really maybe a non-issue for those of you Libras who have already kind of like become very self-surviving or independent. But you might also think about how things can be polished up a little bit, or how you can still have it easy. Because I feel that like Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio have not had it easy enough, okay? So there might be a lot of momentum built up. And also, do you want things to be easy? Do you want things to not be hard? Do you associate effort or productivity or struggle with eventual success? The word perseverance comes up. It doesn't have to be a struggle past this point, and you would see the story that your perseverance is really generating in the long term start to come up in a new light as well. It's really important to know what you're working towards, basically. And to really give yourself time to audit or reassess or survey all of your work and all of your effort and compare it to the outcomes. Not even to judge. This is not about judgment. This is not about judging whether you've done the right or wrong thing, or whether you've tried too hard or not hard enough. But what it is about understanding alchemy and getting more fine-tuned with how you try and how that then affects your life. So affectations, outcomes, persona, all of that is kind of like wrapping up into a new lease on life for you. And you have kind of a great opportunity, great, beautiful opportunity. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, the Star, to just like bask in the whole world that is here with just the slightest, like I'm talking like 20-degree pivot. It's like you might be looking at like the wall of a cave, but with the slightest pivot, there's like this huge vista with an incredible view. Let's not get stuck looking at the blank wall, okay? Let's talk your week to week very fast, Libras. 9 of Cups, you're down by the Tower card. Okay, if you're relying too much on other gatekeepers, you are going to have a bit of an implosion here. You've got to understand what it is that you want. You've got to also not get like too freaked out with the authority that you now have. Some of you could be being selected or chosen by others to be a gatekeeper. Do you want to be a gatekeeper, or do you want to be whatever else there is? Sometimes being a gatekeeper is not all it's cracked up to be, because that's very karmic. Like you're taking on a lot of karma there to be like choosing outcomes for other people. You might also have to be facing someone like that. So facing another person who has like power over others, and probably having a lucky outcome with that. But I also think that like the good thing happening for a Libra might cause a bit of like shaking up of the structure you have in your life. So it's kind of like a win-win situation. Either things remain peaceful or they get shaken up and you get something better because that happened. Week 2, the 2 of Wands, you're down by the 8 of Swords, reversed. Kind of antithetical. We want 2 of Wands. We don't want 8 of Swords. And it's reversed. So it's like you're breaking out of confines. Try to identify what confines there are in your life, what's holding you back, and rather take more time looking at your own life with peace. Week 3, more peace. 9 of Pentacles, rooted down by the Ace of Pentacles. You have everything you need. All planets go direct. You have everything you need. It's kind of like magician energy, those two cards together. They kind of come together to alchemize the magician. You have like the money, you have the support, you have the look, you have the expression to be happy, okay? And I want you guys to be happy. Everyone wants you to be happy. No one wants you to be disappointed. Also, I feel that there are a lot of people who are sorry, and I feel that there are a lot of people who respect the integrity of who you are. And that respect relies somewhat on optimism from you. So it's also very easy to destroy the respect of others by taking a pessimistic or angry stance. Though I also understand there are some things in your life that you don't need to take a peaceful approach to. Or that is how it feels. I'm just thinking about that. I think that the way that Chiron has opposed you from Aries, I think that Jupiter also moving to oppose you on your axis. That's the question always of the Libra-Aries axis, is war or peace. The judgment process of that, the process of deciding whether there is peace or violence. And in your own life, I really think that nobody's against you. But if you do feel that people are against you, I wouldn't draw that out, and I wouldn't also remain in unpeaceful areas. Because there's just like this infinite kind of peace here for you. And it's real. It's of this world. It's very close, and it's not something that we have if we're engaged in like mini wars or anger with other people or disputes. It's not something that's there at all there. So it's like a time of you choosing what type of lifestyle you want. Some people enjoy being at war. Also, some people really enjoy the idea of it. I will actually redact that. People enjoy the idea of it, but then nobody likes it when they're there. So you're moving into the 4th week with a choice of like happiness or conflict, I want to say. It's not even so much war or peace. I mean, that's a kind of grander or more exaggerated version of it, but it's really happiness or conflict. And I do think it's good to like be direct. I think that it's good to talk to people. I think it's good to also get things clear. And I know it's hard right now, but you'd be surprised that by the end of January, there's a lot of possibility in just having like a directness, in getting advice from people, in even like advice from strangers or advice from people you've known forever can be good. But those of you Libras who've been pursuing health of the body will probably know the best way forward, because the star card is about hydration, health, and truth. It's about also rebalancing the energy in your life in a more vulnerable, truthful way, not needing a lot of things that support other people's stories in your life. But the choice for you that only the Libra can really make here is what the fourth week is about. And I think that many Libras have an incredible power there to also do long-term planning or make decisions that have a lot of long-term context over like many other people, and like happiness and conflict. It is very obvious a choice at that time. So let's talk more about that in your extended reading, Libras. I need to get over there to Patreon and do that one now. We've spent quite a bit of time kind of pondering happiness and conflict in this reading, and we'll do a little bit more of that on Patreon. But I also want to take it a different direction, and I want to just talk in a more mundane way about really actualizing all of the value that's available to you right now. So let's talk about that. It'll be linked below. Have a beautiful month ahead, Libras. Much love to your sign, and I hope you're all doing okay, really. Okay, so let's do that extended. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.